Hey everybody, it's Tyler with Tyler Talks Travel Trailers out at Albuquerque RV in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Today is Saturday, so as you could imagine, we are super busy. I'm running around like a crazy person. It is 4 o'clock right now and I'm trying to squeeze out a video for you guys. So today, I figured it'd be a good opportunity to do a Flagstaff A-frame that I have not done yet. This is a great kind of fold down style of trailer. It makes it a lot easier to store in garages, makes it a lot easier to tow because you can see over top of it. Just overall, really nice kind of more mobile type of trailer if you want to go off the beaten path. This is going to be a 2026 Flagstaff A-frame 21HS. If you guys do want to see how to put these up and down, I will put a video at the end, or I'll put the link in the description where I show you how easy it is to put this one up and down. This one will have a dormer, which gives you a little more height, and I think you guys are gonna like it. So like always, we're gonna do the specs first. It takes me 1 minute to do those specs, and then we'll dive inside. Let's go, guys. So the basic specs on this 2026 Flagstaff A-frame 21HS. Your unloaded vehicle weight is 2,728 pounds. Your cargo carrying capacity is 577 pounds, which brings your potential fully loaded weight to 3,305 pounds. Your hitch weight is 305 pounds. Your box size is 14 feet. Your exterior open length is 20 feet 4 inches. Your exterior closed height is 5 feet 8 inches. And your exterior width is 7 feet. Your freshwater tank is 21 gallons. Let's jump inside. All right, everybody, now that we got those specs done, we will start with the inside, work our way out and around. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I try to give you as much info as I can, including measurements. I'm actually running a poll right now in the communities tab asking if I should keep doing the measurements. So leave a comment down below if you do like the way I present this with all the measurements. It is a little bit more work, so that's kind of why I'm asking you guys if it's something I should keep doing. But if it's helpful, I will definitely keep doing it. But this is a really nice A-frame for a lot of different reasons. It's a little bigger than your normal A-frame because it has that dormer to the right. And the sleeping situation is amazing. I love the versatility of this unit. Let's walk in here. A-frames are actually a lot more spacious than you think when you're actually inside of it. And this does fold flat. Like I said, I'll put a video at the end as well as a link in the description to show you how to put these up and down. I could do it within 30 seconds, no joke, but it folds down to this line right here and just lays flat. This one might take me another 30 seconds, probably like a minute and a half to set it up because you have to do this dormer, but it's super simple. And the great thing about A-frames is you're still kind of out of the elements versus a canvas. So you can camp in like colder weather, but it is not enclosed underneath, so you still have to be kind of careful. Over here to the front, you can see you got your dinette area. I would say you could sit 4. It might be a little tight, but definitely could sit 3 because this bench is a little longer. The table size, if you're wanting to know the table size, the table is going to be 30 by 34. And as you can see, you got that little cutout right there so you can get in there comfortably. But when you are ready to turn this into a bed, all you do is fold these legs in and then put the table onto these tabs, and then you'll grab these cushions and then throw it on top of the table. So you have a way to sleep 3 people comfortably. So if you have a grandchild or anyone that might come occasionally, you can accommodate them. When you do make the bed, it is going to be 30 by 80. So about 6 feet 8 inches of length, which is really good. I feel like I might have measured that wrong. So 6 feet 8 inches of length, 30 by 80 for that bed size, so you can for sure sleep an adult. Your bench sizes on these, just to show you, this one is going to be 25 by 50, and then this one over here is going to be 25 by 30. So this side is just a little bit shorter, but a nice cozy little area to hang out, maybe play board games, some cards. But let me just show you how much room this dormer gives you. So as you can see, versus other A-frames where the wall usually comes in right here, it gives you a lot of height, and I did measure that for you. But if you're taller, this is going to make a huge difference for you having this dormer. It makes a huge difference, and I'll kind of show you the height that you get. I am rushing, you guys. It is 4:30 and I'm still trying to get this video out to you guys. So I hope you enjoy it. This is going to be obviously a window, but it does open. All of the windows open, so you get a nice cross breeze in here. Moving on to the left, you got kind of this counter area with a sink. This counter area you can literally use all as prep space because of this top piece on the sink. So this is going to be 24 by 45 of counter space. So a nice big counter there for cooking, cleaning dishes. You got a place to actually dry your dishes. This is your sink. I did forget to measure that. Dang it. It's probably about 6 inches deep. So pretty good size sink. Clean your bowls, plates, stuff like that. And then when you're ready to use it for prep space, just bring that down. That is your Dometic sink cover right there. Over here you do have a fridge. It looks like this will be a 12-volt fridge. Pretty decent size. As you could tell, it's too small for the freezer. But I love the 12-volt fridges because I'm telling you, they cool. Like in 15 minutes, you'll feel this thing getting cold versus the gas electric. So the smart thing to do, obviously, would is get maybe like a cooler or a Yeti for the stuff that you need to freeze. Over here under the sink, you have more storage, easy access to your plumbing. This is going to be 20 by 22 and 12 inches tall. And then you got a smaller one right here, not as wide. You're going to be 8 by 21 on that one down below. All of your cabinetry is going to be real wood on the front facing cabinets. Real wood. It is not paper wrapped, so you do not need to worry about it pilling on you, which happens a lot with the heat. One thing that I like behind me, ooh, getting old, they gave you some drawers. So I love drawers. They never give you enough drawers, so you got a place to put your utensils. You got 4 right here. They're not super deep, but they gave you plenty of drawers. So 11 by 16 and 2.5 inches deep for all 4 of those drawers. If we stand up, right here you got your stove top, and again, you can use this as prep space because of the way this shuts. This area is going to be 18 by 28 for this area where the stove is. I kind of like the placement of it being by the door. So when you're cooking in here, you can kind of get some fresh air if you burn stuff like I do. And also, it does have a max air vent up here with the big blades. And so that thing will definitely pull some air out. So considering how many windows you have, you might not even need to run the air conditioner, which it has. How cool is that? If you're in the high mountains, all you have to do is crack the windows and turn that thing on, and it'll definitely circulate some air in and out for you. Probably the best part of this unit is the back half. How awesome is that? So if you have a buddy that you want to go hunting with, fishing with, you guys don't have to share a bed. So you got 2 twin beds, but they give you some options with this. If you're using just the twin beds, you're looking at 32 by 75 or 6 feet 3 inches in length for both of these. 32 by 75, big twin beds. And then right here, you got like this walkway. But what I love about this floor plan, let's see if I can get it. See those cushions right there? This is genius. So if it's you and your significant other and you want to cuddle up, you put those little extra cushions on these tabs all the way to over there where the countertop is, and then you get yourself a nice big massive king size bed. How nice is that? Uh-oh, it's starting to rain. How am I going to do the outside? Uh-oh. I'll still do it. We'll do it quick. So when you want to put those middle cushions in, it's going to be 74 by 82. 6 feet 2 inches by 6 feet 10 inches when you want to put that middle cushion in. Just to give you an idea of how much walkway space you have in here when these aren't, made into a king bed. You got 19 inches of walkway right here. So if you're wanting to get by and wake up early, you can get in and out of bed. If you're someone that wakes up early riser. That storage I showed you right there is what this door will be. And I did measure that for you guys. Over here to the right, you do have another drawer. This is going to be 16 by 16. Dang it, I'd say about 10 inches deep. 16 by 16 and 10 inches deep for that drawer right there for all your socks and stuff like that. I love that they give you this middle nightstand right here. So if you're like me, you need your water in the middle of the night, you got a nice little end table over here. This is gonna be 21.5 by 23. It kind of tucks underneath the bed, so that's why it's a little wider right here. So 21.5 by 23 for that table. That's where you'll put one of the cushions as well, right up here. And then you got two more drawers right here that are gonna be the same, 13 by 16 and 2.5 inches deep for those drawers. You do have a plug right here. So if you need a CPAP machine or anything like that, charge your phone, you got that nightstand right there. The other plug will be over here. So you got USB and USB-C. I love the USB and USB-C because you can use these off of the battery. You don't need to be plugged in. This does have 100 watts of solar on it, so it's going to constantly keep those batteries recharged. I love that. This is probably the only window that does not open. So you got kind of like a skylight right here. Let in some light. Pretty cool. To my right, they give you this hanging wardrobe, and you can adjust it. So whenever you put clothes in here and you fold the trailer down, it'll kind of just fold into itself. Pretty decent lighting in here. As you can see, it's kind of gloomy outside, so it's lit up pretty good. You can turn off these lights individually too if you would like. But overall, nice cozy little space in here. One thing I have not pointed out is the air conditioner. Yeah, and I love this air conditioner because it's nice and flush. See, that's your air conditioner right there, blowing some cold air. The reason I'm saying that is because like on A-liners, they'll put that window AC or that wall AC, so you have this big old box hanging out of the sidewall. So I'm much rather have this because when we go outside, I'll show you, it's kind of flush with the wall, so you don't have something that you could potentially hit. Over here, let's see if you got any storage. This is not storage because you have the air conditioner. There is a little on that side. I love that they gave you options to get to the storage from outside and inside on all of these. So same thing with this one over here. One thing that I really love about Flagstaff is this right here. I never get to talk about this on my longer tours with the trailers because they just get too long. But check this out. So Flagstaff and Rockwood have 2 employees, and literally their job is to do this, build these booklets. It is awesome. So every single owner's manual is made VIN specific. Spit it out, Tyler. Specific. So this booklet is made for this unit, and the amazing thing is they have all of your parts already in here with the serial numbers. How convenient is that? So if you ever need anything, bam, open this booklet and you got all the stuff you need. How cool is it that Flagstaff does this? Most companies, everything now is digital, so you have to go online and you're not always going to have internet. So really cool that they do this. Another thing that is in this is check it out. I could just do this. I don't know why I spend so much time on measurements, but I literally do everything. So look at this. You got how they built it, the actual blueprint to how they built this trailer. Super cool. I'll kind of just pause there so you can kind of see it. But Flagstaff goes above and beyond for their customers. It is not common for manufacturers to do that. Like I said, all of these windows will open. Let me tell you the height of this. So the dormer, see how it kind of stops right here? That is going to be 5 feet 10 inches. So as you can see, I'm 5'7". It gives you a lot more height. Whereas usually, see, if this dormer wasn't here, that's where the wall would go. And then your head, if you're sitting at the dinette, would be very close to it. So that's what that dormer is doing for you. It's giving you 5 feet 10 inches of headroom right there where the dinette is. Talking about in the middle of this, it feels super spacious when you walk into these. It's surprising. But from the floor all the way to the top, you got 102 inches, 8 feet 6 inches of headroom. And obviously it kind of goes down from there, but it does make it feel nice and spacious in here, especially with all the windows that will open. You even got your mirror right here. And I almost forgot the biggest thing. So this looks like a countertop, but it's not. This is going to be 22.5 by 24. It is an emergency potty. That's what I'd call it. Some people aren't too into that, but it is nice to have that option. If you're out with your significant other, maybe they're scared to go out with the bears, you have a nice place to go in case of an emergency. And so the reason I gave you that width and length is because that's about 22.5 by 24 right there for the toilet. It is a cassette toilet, and I will show you that outside once we go out there. Over here, I can't reach it right now, but there is like a hanger, so if you need to hang your clothes or anything like that. But the way that you close these is you'll do these latches, bring the wall down, same thing with the dormer, bring that down, and then you'll collapse these walls in, collapse both sides, and then what you do is you'll bring that roof down, and there's gas struts that really help you so that way it doesn't like, you know, come falling down on you. But if you want to see the video of how to set these up, I think you'll be super shocked with how easy it is to set these up and down. Just keep in mind the one that I did set up is with without the dormer. You do have your solar controller right here for that 100-watt solar panel, and your floor lights and ceiling lights. And again, just remember that that solar just keeps your batteries recharged. You will need a generator or shore power, you know, to run your outlets, your standard plugs, your 110, and then also your air conditioner as well as your TV. But everything else is going to run off of that battery, which is your fridge, you know, kicking on the water heater and all that stuff, which is down here. That is your water heater, so you will get hot and cold water. And you have another plug here and a gas furnace. Always look for the gas furnace, because sometimes they'll do, you know, just an electric heater, and that's not going to be fun because you'll have to run a generator just to run your heater. So you got heater and air conditioner, nice complete A-frame that will get you out into the woods. Let's check out all the storage outside. Hopefully we don't get rained on too much. I'm trying to go above and beyond for you guys. I don't care if it rains, we're going to get this thing done. But look at, see, these are the gas struts that kind of help bring it down softly instead of slamming onto you. This is a very, very important thing. This is a high wall. So if you're taller, see how the countertops are at like normal height? You're not having to crouch over. If it's not a high wall, the countertops are like substantially lower. So you're kind of having to bend down to use the stove or the sink or anything like that. So if you are taller, definitely get the high wall. As you can see, it does have that's where your dormer is. Doesn't it look cool? Looks awesome. So lots of great storage in this thing as well. So you got two options with this storage up here. This storage area will be able to hold 150 pounds because there's another storage underneath. It does have in this area 22 by 82 and 15 inches tall. One thing I do want to show you is this pole right here. That is what you can use if you're shorter to pick the roof up. So they give you that to help as well. This box, it does come with an electric tongue jack, which is awesome. So see, this is the crank. It comes with the electric jack. We just install it whenever you actually purchase. You got two 20-pound tanks, dual battery box, and that pretty much covers the front of it. But I was trying to show you the solar, but I can't see it from up there. This is the storage underneath that top part. These come in handy because how are you going to reach to the very middle of the, you know, of the storage? So you could pull this tray out nice and long. That is going to be 11 by 79 and 12 inches deep for that storage. Close that up. And then right here, you got the storage. This is underneath the dinette. That is going to be 23 by 29 and 15 inches tall. You got your magnets that just hook on right there. Stick with me because I'm going to talk about construction once we go all around the trailer, which is going to be important. This is your cassette toilet. It's like a suitcase. Look, you can roll the turd around. Look at that. Oh, that's gross. I'm sorry, guys. But basically, this is what you'll dump out. Turn this, you know, and drain it. But that is what people refer to when it's a cassette toilet, and then you'll put your chemicals in there and all that good stuff. But for me, that would be like an emergency use only, but some people use it. Moving on to something that's really important with the towing on this trailer is you see this right here, Torflex by Dexter Torflex. This is not a leaf spring axle. So it is an automotive grade independent suspension. So you got to imagine when you're going down those rough roads, you hit a pothole or anything like that. Not only is it going to tow better, but that's going to absorb a lot of the shock from transferring into the frame of the trailer. You do not get griddles on this anymore, unfortunately, but you can connect. Well, my phone is deciding to do whatever it wants. Sorry, guys. There we go. That is your propane line right there. So if you do want to bring a grill, or we can order you that flat top griddle, it's already tied into the front propane tanks. Over here, this is the storage underneath, and there is that. Look how thick those cushions are. It's not a little skimpy mattress pad. So this is what will go in the middle of that to make it a king, and then that little one goes on that little countertop. This area is going to be 29 by 64 by 17. So a lot of great storage in this, no shortage of storage, especially considering that front compartment. Pretty nice. Over here you got your spare tire. Pretty standard stuff back here. And then you do have your, oh, I locked that one. It's another little storage compartment. I think I showed it to you in the fronter part of that bed. But this is what I was talking about. See how that AC is nice and flush? If you go look at A-liners, they have a big old wall AC that's just hanging off the side. I'm not a fan of that, but that is going to be a lot better. And it's pretty quiet. You could not hear that, and it was on when we were inside. You do have your city water, potable water, and then it does not have a gray tank. So the way you drain all your stuff from the sink is right here. So you could just get a hose and have it kind of just flow, you know, off into the grass or anything like that. This does have hot and cold water. So there's a coil hose that you can hook up. So me personally, I just want to rinse off after a long day of hiking or fishing or anything like that. This is perfect. A lot of people buy enclosures for around that. So technically you have a bathroom, you got a shower, a toilet, and so you can freshen up. You do got a 6-gallon water heater right here. Pretty much has everything you need. That's the solar panel up there. It's kind of hard to see. So it is equipped to go boondocking. One thing I was talking about enclosures, they actually make aftermarket enclosures that hook on to the side of this wall, and then you get a whole nother room on the outside. So you basically get a whole nother A-frame out here. They are awesome. If you're looking into an A-frame, definitely consider that. Now, talking about this construction aspect, the way they make these walls is it'll go fiberglass, then it'll go Luan or a composite material. Then it'll go the framing and then your inner walls. Luan is just a thin sheet of wood. So what happens when wood gets wet? It starts to look like that. Delamination, moldy, wet wood, it literally starts to warp and separate. That's what happens when Luan gets wet. This composite material is waterproof. So they stuck this in water for months and months and months till they didn't care no more. And it did not degrade. So you gotta imagine these are in the elements year round. As you can see, it's raining right now. It is just a really nice barrier to help the longevity of this trailer. So, what do you guys think? Let's see if I can get you to stay. If you ever see me doing this, it's because I'm trying to get my gimbal to follow me. So, really nice option. When I first started selling RVs, this was like the thing I wanted. I just love that it's so compact, easy to set up. I always tell people, if it's just 2 of you, don't go with the canvas, go with the hard side. Canvas pop-ups are great, you know, if you can't tow a heavy trailer and you have a big family or you're just getting into the RV industry. So yeah, I was running around like a crazy person today. Let me know what you think about the measurements. You could either leave comments down below or you can go to the communities tab and vote because I take what you guys tell me seriously, and I'm gonna grow this thing with you guys. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, baby. Like I said it yesterday, we are almost at 6K in less than a year. I started this channel, so I'm just blown away. But another cool thing that I'm starting to do every Sunday, which is tomorrow, at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I go live. And it's actually working out really well. You come on the live, you can ask me questions directly and I can answer them. Just type in your question. It's not like I'm gonna see you or you're gonna be on camera. Basically, you could just type a question and I can help you. You could even say, hey, I'm looking for a trailer that's 30 feet, has theater seating, whatever, and I will tour the lot with you. It's actually a lot of fun. So definitely join my live tomorrow. If you want to know where I'm located at Albuquerque RV in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Our phone number will be down below in the description. Woo. If you call in, please just ask for Tyler. I am not a YouTuber. I'm a full-time salesman. So you can imagine how busy I am. Another reason I ask for you to ask me is because we're on a rotating list. So if you don't ask for me, you could end up with another sales guy. So I'd really appreciate it if you go online and put in a lead on our website. Just say, hey, I want to talk to the annoying kid on YouTube, and they'll know who to pass it on to. So tomorrow, I'm going to try to get into, oh no, we're doing the live tomorrow. So be there tomorrow at 3. I try to do a new tour every day, but tomorrow 3 Mountain Standard Time. But I hope you like this tour, and I hope you have a good evening, a good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Hey, stop. There we go. See you guys.